How do you feel when you wake up first thing in the morning? Do you feel super energetic, ready to take the day on and achieve as much as you can? Or do you feel a bit sleepy, like you want to stay in bed for a few more minutes, I am tired. Oh, it'll be okay because I'll make up for the time that I'm staying in bed. And that, no, I definitely need to do this because if I don't stay in bed a bit longer, I'll be tired later and won't do as much as I can. And what do you feel like when you need to overcome something difficult? Are you excited and looking forward to overcoming the difficult thing to prove your masculinity and competence? Or are you a bit lazy and tired and say that you need to have a coffee before you start working? Oh, I'll just watch a bit of motivational videos to get me really hyped up. Oh, I should check my emails first. Oh, I'll do this before I actually start so then I don't need to think about it. Oh, I also need to do this and this and this and this. And how do you also feel when you're doing the difficult thing or doing the work that you know you need to do? Do you thrive in the effort that you're putting yourself through, knowing that you're going to prove your masculinity and competence to yourself? Or are you moving and thinking quite sluggish? You don't want to do much, you don't want to work fast, and you look to take a break as often as you can. If at least one of your answers was on the lazy side, then it just means that you don't have a strong enough reason why you're doing the thing in the first place. And what you need to do is increase your masculine drive. And all that masculine drive is the masculine energy that only men have, and using it to propel or carry something along by force in a specific direction. Basically just focus time and attention into something. And most people would immediately think that to get a stronger reason to keep working even when you don't want to, is to set yourself really big, attractive goals. Now, of course that sounds good and it has some merit, but how many people in the world have massive dreams, who want to achieve big things, want to earn millions, want to have fancy cars, a big house, huge bank account, want to travel the world, stay in expensive places, buy expensive things, have fancy clothes, spoil their friends, retire their parents? There's so many things. And you could literally go out and find random people, and most people will have these sort of big dreams, something that they want to achieve, something that's big and attractive. But how many people achieve those things? And the fact is that around 92% of people don't even achieve their New Year's resolutions. And I looked up on Google and it says here that around 2% of all people in the world become successful in life. So it's nothing to do with having a big attractive goal to achieve. Most people just don't realise how much of a shithole they live in. Maybe not shithole, maybe their current circumstances in life, maybe their relationships, maybe their body composition, maybe the area that they live in, maybe their financial status, or maybe even their social status in society. And I truly think that the biggest problem that people face is not realising how bad their life is and wanting to get away from it. And take me, for example. Back when I had my sales job at the end of last year, I had so much drive to keep working because I woke up 5 days out of the week and had to work a job that I didn't want to work, seeing people that I didn't want to see. I'm basically putting in my time and effort just so the higher ups succeed, really. And I hated it. And that just made me have so much drive to continue doing YouTube even if I didn't feel like it. To continue working on myself so I could do even more work, so I can be even more disciplined, even more grounded and mindful, and have an even better work ethic. I've always had a reason to work and achieve something big, but not always did I have a reason to get away from something. Because my life at home is quite comfortable. And now with not having an employed job, I don't have a lot of problems or anything that is difficult that angers me or saddens me. Because I don't have many expenses. I live with my parents. Most of the food that I eat gets bought for me. I have some amount of money saved up so I don't need to stress about it. And there of course is some things that aren't good. But they aren't massive. And so it just means that I wake up some days and don't feel like doing anything because my life isn't bad enough. Because you always hear the story of the man who gets broken up with and then gets super pissed off that his girlfriend broke up with him unfairly or cheated on him or whatever, and then he has so much drive to get in the gym and get absolutely huge. And all that's happening in that scenario is that he's feeling these awful feelings of getting broken up with. And the only way to stop feeling those feelings is not by taking drugs, taking alcohol, eating junk food, watching porn, wasting your time watching entertainment, playing video games. You're not looking for short-term solutions to make you feel better. You're of course going to look for long-term solutions. And the best long-term solution when you're feeling bad emotions is to become better. And then that man will have undeniable proof that she made a mistake, because now he's really big and attractive and he started taking care of himself more. And another man may hit rock bottom in his bank account and not have any more money to spend on anything, and that just pisses him off and fires him up to work incredibly hard on a side hustle to start making money, so that he doesn't have to work a job he doesn't like, and so that he can keep getting money, and so that his bank account doesn't go down to zero again. And that is exactly why, if you're in a bad position in life, be grateful, because you have such a strong reason to get out of it and to work hard even if you don't feel like it. But what if you're like me right now and you are living kind of comfortably and you have no strong reason to get out of the position in life that you're in? What do you do? I've recently came up with the idea to start journaling about what I'm unhappy about. In the exact same way you gratitude journal about things that you're happy about and glad about, so that you're not bitter and resentful to the world, and so that you appreciate the small things in life. And so that you actually have some amount of joy in your day-to-day life, even if your life isn't fantastic. And so in the same way, gratitude journaling helps you more grateful about the things you have in life. Some people may need to journal about what they're unhappy about, so that you realise how shit your life is, and so that you want to then get out of it. And of course there's a thin line between being grateful about something and being unhappy about something which fires you up. And it would be quite easy to get it wrong and end up being bitter and resentful because you chose to be unhappy about everything in your life and not really grateful about anything. And so with this method, absolutely do not stop being grateful for what you have and continue to gratitude journal. Because I think that being grateful for what you have is one of the foundational building blocks of anything in life, specifically anything good. Because how are you going to appreciate the success that you reach if you can't even appreciate the things that you have now? So no matter what sort of ideas you get or what you think is right, there will never be a reason to stop being grateful for the things in your life. Absolutely continue doing that, and absolutely continue gratitude journaling. And so I think the way about it is to extract out what you need for each thing. For example, I made a video quite a while ago about how I had an incident where I hit a woman with my car. And a few months later, a letter came out saying that I needed to book this driving course about how to drive safely. And so I went and booked it today, and it ended up being £120. And now £120 isn't that much, but it's a lot for me because I don't have a lot of money. And I literally journaled this. And I said that I'm glad to have that thing out of the way and out of my mind. Sure, I need to actually go do the thing now, but at least I don't need to book it anymore. I'm grateful for that. But I'm extremely unhappy that a relatively small incident cost me £120 when I don't have that much money. And not only that, I'm also angry that I don't even have that much money to pay for something that isn't relatively really expensive. And so I took out what I'm grateful for, but also took out what pisses me off about it. And so it just means that I have a view of the big picture, and I'm not just focused on to one little thing. And that's a good way to put it. Just continue having a big picture about everything that happens in life. Be grateful about the things that happened that you can be grateful for, and extract the things that anger you or just make you unhappy, because those things are going to drive you the very most. And another example for me, like I said, I live at home with my parents. I don't have many expenses. My food gets taken care of, and I'm able to do what I want in entrepreneurship every single day, and I'm very grateful about that. But I can't just stay grateful and lose sight of what I'm trying to get away from. There's family problems at home here. I really don't like the area that we live in. I don't have a lot of money. There's relationship problems going on. I'm not the best version of myself, and I keep making decisions because of everything that's happening outside of me. And I'm still having problems with my car. And so in that example, I'm grateful for the things that are good in my life, but I'm pissed off and unhappy about the things that aren't. I'm seeing the big picture and I'm not focusing on one little thing. Then that is basically the way forward. Continue to gratitude journal, but also start journaling about things that you really don't like about in your life. And you continuing to bring up the negative things in your life that you really, really don't like will give you a reason to continue working even when you don't feel like it. Because humans feel negative emotions more than positive emotions. Because of course loss is far more greater than a gain. Because I'm sure most people wouldn't take the bet of a 50-50 chance of either losing £100 or gaining £100. The loss is way too big in comparison to the gain, even though they're the same size. So realise the things that piss you off and that make you unhappy. Those are the things that will continue to drive you and keep making you work even when you don't feel like it. Continue being grateful without a doubt, but let yourself get pissed off and depressed about the things that are truly bad in your life. That way, you will have infinite drive to keep pursuing the things that you want to achieve. Click and watch this video right now. Put in enough time and attention because that will make anything into reality.